Hey guys, Angry Beast here bringing you some domination gameplay on the map of the state using the WA2000 here with no attachments. And the WA2000 is one of those weapons that's just one of my favorites. It's a sniper, but it doesn't play like a sniper. It plays more like an assault rifle. I think of it as probably the best scout sniper in the game. You do have the Barrett 50 cal, which is a good scout sniper as well, which according to statistics makes it probably better. It has better raise and drop times. But one thing that the Barrett doesn't have is the lower scope zoom, which the WA2000 has, which sets it apart from other sniper rifles, giving it a purpose in the game that I don't think any other weapon has. Now, in this game, I'm using the perks Marathon, Cold-Blooded, and I believe Ninja Pro. I want to talk about this for a little bit. I'm playing a scout sniper role. You can probably tell very quickly here that I'm not quick scoping. I'm zooming in, finding my target, picking my shots, and running away. This is how a sniper should play, in my opinion. A sniper shouldn't be running around trying to quickscope because it's better to be consistent than to miss 100 shots, give away your position, and then die 10 times in a row while getting that one sick triple headshot feed. So, personally speaking, I think that this is how you should snipe because it's so consistent. If you notice, I don't die that many times in this gameplay, and I get consistent kills up close. This is a very repeatable playstyle because I'm leveraging my surroundings to my advantage. Look at this. I'm hiding behind a tree and behind a couch, and that's just something that you pick up over time when you're scout sniping. Is to find those lines of sight that give you adequate cover to shoot a person. Also notice that I'm picking my shots there. I wasn't just going fully automatic through the wall trying to kill him. I waited until he shot to see where his muzzle flash was coming from to shoot him. I think that's an important skill to have, is to determine where people are through walls. It's a very difficult thing to master, but if you can figure that out, you can be a very, very effective scout sniper. When it's scout sniping, one of the most important things you can have is a reliable secondary weapon. And mine in this game is the 44 Magnum Akimbo. I think the 44 Magnum fits the bill perfectly for a scout sniper due to some of its really advantageous characteristics. Number one of which is it has extremely high damage at close range. This is important when scout sniping, simply because if you don't have high damage at close range, and you won't have a good secondary weapon to fall back on, and your sniper is not going to be effective in close range while trying to use a scout sniper setup. So you're best off switching your secondary as often as possible. Now, the other thing you want is a good swap time on your secondary weapon. If it takes ages to pull out your secondary weapon, like the Spaz 12, PP90 or PP2000, excuse me, then that's not a valid choice. A weapon that takes forever to pull out will not be able to benefit you in the same way that a pistol will, because the pistol's really fast draw time is what sets them apart from any other weapon class and what makes them useful. The only thing that I could say would be useful as a secondary weapon is possibly a one-man army. If you have a couple classes, one-man army, one with a submachine gun and one with the sniper, then that could be valid as well. But I just feel like I don't need one-man army, not for the ammo and not for anything else, because I actually have no clue why that guy just turned around randomly back there, but it's okay. I was just trying to call my kill streaks there, but it's one of those things where I think the 44 Magnum is best because it has low recoil for a pistol. I mean, for a high-powered pistol. One thing I want to point out is right here what I'm doing. I'm still ranking up, so this is a tip you can use while your kill streaks are getting kills. Try to sit next to a flag. You'll get plus 50 for every kill instead of plus 100 for every kill instead of plus 50. So the 44 Magnum just has a lot of power and very good accuracy when akimboed. And I think that, combined with its good damage and pretty good mag size, makes it a very, very good secondary weapon for a sniper. When you are using the 44 Magnums, though, you can't just try and spray people from a long distance away. Always try to line up your shots when you can with the 44 Magnum. Spraying in the general direction of your foe is not in your best interest because you don't have a lot of ammo capacity, really. Right there is about what you have to do. I waited for that guy, put him in the center of my crosshairs, and pulled the trigger. If I wasn't to do that, then I would have been out of ammo before I got my two bullets to connect that I need, and I would have been dead. But luckily that turns out to for my advantage, and I move on with my scout sniping. My second tier perk is Cold-Blooded, and that's an optional one. Another good choice is Lightweight, and that doesn't sound good on paper, but when you have a lightweight sniper, you can move around the field faster than anything else, and it allows you to get to those positions very, very fast indeed. But when using cold-blooded, it gives me the advantage of not having to hide from a Harrier strike or predator, because I know that I'll be invincible to those. Not invincible, but very difficult to kill from one of those things. And cold-blooded is one of those perks that the WA2000 really shines when you use it with, because it doesn't benefit from stopping power in any way. It gets the one-hit kill zone of all the other snipers without stopping power, except for the M21, and it doesn't need stopping power to do so. So I feel like it's the best one to use a alternate second-tier perk with. I also feel it's the best sniper to use an alternate first-tier perk with, because it gives me that advantage of the low zooms at level by default, which doesn't actually affect the ADS time, but what it does do is it allows me to. It also allows me to find my targets a lot easier. So if I can find my targets easier, then I don't have to wait on a guy and quick scope him as soon as he gets close. As far as kill streaks in this game, I think I'm using the Harrier Strike, the Predator Missile, and the Pavlo. Well, unfortunately, though, I don't think I built up a Pavlo. I have pretty bad luck with the kill streaks in this mismatch, which is unfortunate. I mean, I die one off a Pavlo, I think twice, which sucks. I mean, but you do what you can do, and there isn't too much else that I could have really done. I pick up a UMP here, and it's always wise to pick up a good secondary weapon using a scout sniper setup, especially when you're running low on your pistol ammo, because even though the WA2000 has one of the slowest swap times in the game, it's still worthwhile to have valid secondary weapon choice in close quarters. That guy, I think, actually copied my class, which I find interesting. Whenever someone copies your class, it means that you're doing well enough for them to realize that, hey, that's an effective setup. And that's how you know a class is good, is when someone copies your class setup and they use it to kill you with it. But I think I'm using the blast shield and the smoke grenades. I think those complement a class with the scout sniper very well. The smoke allows me to move around the map effectively, and the blast shield was simply because there were a couple of noob tubers in the previous game, and I didn't want to get noob tube when I was close to a kill streak. And you can use your blast shield while aiming down sights, and you don't really lose much. So I just feel like the blast shield helps the sniper in ways that it doesn't help other classes. Another valid piece of equipment, though, that you could use is the tactical insertion, which is very, very effective in a scout sniper role, because if I can constantly be in a position I like, and I don't have to worry about dying and having to run all the way back with Marathon, I can use an alternate first-tier perk, like possibly Scavenger, or even Sleight of Hand. I mean, Sleight of Hand is not a horrid choice when scout sniping. It just pales in comparison to Marathon or one-man army or Scavenger, because you're planning on building up a larger kill streak, not getting 1 or 2 kills and running away. One thing I want to point out is that the Scout Sniper is not a class that I've used for rushing. That's about as close quarters as you want to get with this class, because any closer and I would have just been destroyed by that guy. I was lucky to have a position of advantage where he had his back turned to me, and I could kill him without him knowing I was there. And you never want to fire your weapon when you have the advantage of position. They have a UAV up right now, I'm pretty sure, and if I was to fire right there to try to save the A flag, then I would have given away my position. I would have been killed off my kill streak. So learning when to pick your shots is a very, very important skill to have, and if you can learn how to do that effectively, you can be a very, very, very good player with this setup. As far as third-tier perks go, the only other third-tier perk that I really consider is Steady Aim Pro, simply for the increased hold breath time. But while I am using a Scout Sniper, which is meant for longer range engagements where you are holding your breath, I don't feel like that gives me the advantage that it really does with other setups, because if I'm already moving around the map in a Scout Sniper role, then I don't think there's a real reason for me to switch up to my really long hold breath class, because it doesn't give you that much of an advantage, to be real. The extra 4 seconds of hold breath time pales in comparison to what Ninja gives you. The decreased footstep noise is incredibly important in this game. While Commando is another good option for sniping, if you're not going to be rushing around the map like crazy, I'd say give it a miss, because it's not going to help you that much when you're staying back playing defensive. And the no fall damage is nice, but it really doesn't help as much as Ninja does, especially when you got a guy coming up close to you. It's better to know where he is and switch to your secondary weapon than to attempt to kill him with Commando, because Commando, while it is very good, everybody knows that, there's no way to really deny that. It can really fail you at times. But anyways, guys, the gameplay's over. It ends up being a 35-5 with the WA2000. I love scout sniping in this game. If you want to see more, please leave a rating. I'm Angry Beast, and I'm signing.